Let me bang.
I do let you bang. Hey,
let me bang you, James, man.
I let you bang. I let you bang.
Greetings, marriage and virgins.
Go for Jesus. No forget Jesus, people.
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time once again for your favorite mixed martial arts podcast. Recording out of Los Angeles, California, it's MMA Roasted with Adam Hunter.
Who the fuck is that guy?
What's up, people? Welcome to a brand new MMA Roasted Podcast. It's me, Adam Hunter. I'm here with the great Don Frye, the last badass in the world, a guy who has more. He's just the manliest man. He's got a We the People shirt. Bill Dawes is here, black belt, comedian. Don, by the way, did your daughter win the pole dancing competition?
She hasn't had it yet. It's the Nationals is in a couple weeks.
So if you missed it, Bill, Don's daughter went to med school.
She graduated Johns Hopkins with a psychology degree, and then went to NYU for her master's in communications, and now she's a pole dancer, competitive pole dancer.
Now,
I mean, for the Nationals, so it's huge, right?
Yeah. She took second, I think, last year, and she qualified for World, and she went to World in Finland, and so she's doing pretty good.
Did you go there and make sure no guys were looking at her inappropriate? Like, I can feel like, did you go there and like scare off all the judges and like?
You'd be surprised. I think all the guys there want to take her shoe shopping.
Now,
they've got guys that do pole dancing.
Now, when your daughter told you, Dad, I'm going to pole dancing, competitive pole dancing, what was your reaction?
Not much. I was stunned. I was just say I was stunned.
No, I can picture you like walking in, hearing the information, and then just leaving the room. Is that how kind of it went?
Yeah, I think so. Looking at my feet, wondering what the hell I did wrong.
How do you make money as a professional other than the obvious way? Is there other ways you can make money doing it?
No, this is competitive. It's not, she's not a stripper.
No, I know.
But like afterwards, what will she do? She'll go back and work a regular job, or she's just going to be a pole dance instructor or something?
I don't know. She'll probably do both, because her mom, my ex, was a fanatic about staying in shape, just a fucking nut. And I think it kind of bled into this one too.
Don, I feel like you were almost out. Like you had her as a great kid in high school. You had her in college. You had her in grad school. Like you were there.
I was there, man. I was a champion of the world. And all of a sudden she saw a pole.
You were at the 1 yard line. But listen, there's nothing, obviously it's a beautiful sport, nothing wrong with it. And I just hope she doesn't look at other people that are making all this money dancing and going, well, why am I doing this for free when I could be doing that? That. Oh, man.
No, I'm hoping the same thing. Because her mother, my ex, had two loyalties. Money and her vagina, and so I'm hoping she doesn't inherit that.
What do you mean?
Has she ever said, "Dad, can you beat this guy up for me"? Has she ever come to you and been like, someone's giving her trouble, harassing her, and you're like, "Can you take care of it, Dad"? Has she ever come to you with that?
No, she doesn't. Come on, she doesn't dance professionally. I mean,
no. I mean, in general. I mean, in life in general.
No,
the moment where my daughter's like gets messed up by some guy, and she comes to me, and I'm half the man you are, but I'm just wondering, what you've never had that situation where you had to like come in and
no, the guys she dates know who the hell I am to begin with.
Well, listen, I mean, you got to be really strong and in shape. I mean, it's basically gymnastics on that thing. So there's nothing, there's no shame. And you know, it's just one of those things where I bet she's like, listen, you know, I went to psychology. I'm just not passionate about this. I'm passionate about pole dancing.
Right. They're trying to get into the Olympics. You know, I mean, why the fuck not? They got skateboarding and, you know, break dancing. So why the fuck not this?
I mean,
I'm going to be a gold medalist in the twerk Olympics.
I mean, Mayhem, you're kind of late. So
yeah, I'm super late, bro. I don't know.
No. I'm just filling you in. Don's daughter went to grad school, Johns Hopkins. She's, you know, beyond smart, great student, and now she's a competitive pole dancer, and she has her first competition. So that's
this will be her third. This will be her third.
Yeah. What is she like the pro? Is she like the champ? So she came in second twice, or?
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it.
So.
But Jason's freezing up on me, kind of like he did in that Bisbing fight. So here we are.
You running from the cops again? What's happening?
No, he's actually Jason's killing it. He does the news every week on the Adam Carolla podcast. He's
nice.
He's coaching.
Good job.
He's maybe opening up his own gym. He's
great.
He's doing great. Jason's doing great.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Well, God bless you guys. I appreciate all the positive looks. You know what I mean? Well, next time I'm a millionaire, I'm giving all you guys jobs.
Appreciate it. Now, what do you think about Don's daughter being a pole dancer?
Listen, my opinion on that thing is you got to let her spread her wings and fly, or spread her cheeks and fly, or whatever she wants to do. You know, to me, I don't know. I don't have any kids that I know of, but I'm of the opinion that you have to support them in their endeavors to a certain point. Like, you don't have to go and throw ones at her. You know what I'm saying? But I think that, you know, you could be a positive influence on her in whatever way that is. I don't know. I don't have a daughter. And on top of that, it doesn't sound like to me that she's doing it for the money. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she's doing it because it's a display of her athleticism, which is kind of your fault for giving her. So, yeah, you know, so it sounds like to me that she's like showcased. She just found, it's like one of those things where, you know, if she would have found pickleball, she would have done that. But instead, she found this, and she's good at it. So, right. You know,
McCorkle, to catch you up, Don's daughter went to John Jay, got her master's, and now she's doing competitive pole dancing. She came in second twice. So now
if you're going to do it, you got to be the best at it. I'm not really sure what that is. Like, I'm afraid to look at it and have my fiance see that in my search history. But I don't know.
Oh, bro, just blame it on Mayhem, bro.
That'd be funny if she goes up against like Tank Abbott's daughter and Mark Coleman's daughter in the finals.
God, the legendary champion daughters. I'm into that. I feel like that could be a thing.
It could be.
Yeah.
Why don't you promote that?
I should. My daughter, the other day, she's like, Daddy, I was like, Violet, why don't you? Because if you give her something to do, she'll help. If not, she'll just complain about, Daddy, play. So I'm like, hey, help me with the dishes, right? So she's helping me. Then she goes, I'm fired, and leaves. And I'm like, you can't fire yourself. She goes, yes, I can. I'm the boss. And I was like, yeah. I took her to
good woman.
The other day, and then she goes, Daddy, why are you peeing with your finger? And at first I laughed. I was like, wait, what the fuck do you mean finger? Don't you mean arm or something? I don't know. It's pretty humiliating, but that's what she said. That was cute.
Dude, then I took her to the fair, and she was scared to go on one of the rides, and her friend is older, one on the ride, and then she started crying, going, I'm scared for my friend. I'm scared. And I could tell she wasn't really scared, but she liked the idea of being scared. So I was like, are you okay? And she goes, no, this is my after cry.
California, man, California.
Don, Sean, you're a good dad. You have 2 kids. One of them's married, right? Your daughter?
Yeah.
Do you like the guy or no?
Yeah, he's an awesome guy, man. It actually is funny. He thought he's obviously very uncomfortable around me, which is partially my fault. When he used to come over, I think I've told you this before, but I would just like he would come over to see her in high school, and I'd be like, "Hey, do me a favor, vacuum up in here, would you?" And just put him doing work and chores without, like just and without telling her he was there, just to mess with him. And then I torture him sometimes. I shouldn't. It's like when he wanted to come down and ask me for my permission for her to marry my daughter, I said, "You can come down and talk to me as long as it's not anything to do with marrying my daughter. I don't want to talk to you if it's about that." But I knew that's exactly what it was. And he was like, "Oh, okay." And just kind of like quiet. So I let him sit on it for about 20 minutes. And I said, "Dude, I'm just joking." Like I knew, But yeah.
How is it partially your fault? It's 100% your fault he's uncomfortable.
All right. It's like, I may have told this before on here, but the first time my daughter was like, "Hey, this is my boyfriend, Zach." Like he's getting ready to be on Zoom or whatever they use at the time, FaceTime. "Can you say hi to him so it's not awkward when he meets you because he's scared of you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine." And so she puts him on there. I said, "What's up, Zach?" And he takes a minute. It lags. The video does. I said, "Answer me, bitch," like that or whatever. And he was like, "I'm sorry. Hi," like that. And she was like, "Dad, damn it, Dad." Like she got real mad. She goes, "He's not like that. I promise." Like it just, yeah. But no, he's a good kid, man. No, he really is. He's
Mayhem, can we talk about your girlfriend's dad or no?
Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? It's all good. Like I don't get any trouble with that.
So Mayhem's girlfriend, Mayhem's dating a very funny comic who's John Cleese's daughter, Camilla Cleese.
Oh, you're still together. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. He actually, when Mayhem was in trouble, he actually came to defend Mayhem in a trial. John Cleese did and started crying.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Is his actor cry? Is his actor cry? Was he crying?
He was crying. But the daughter wasn't crying, but the father was.
Isn't John Cleese really famous, like a British actor or something? Or am I crazy?
Monty Python. He's like,
What's it like, Jason, with you and John Cleese? Is he funny or you guys get along well?
Yeah, but we get along just perfectly. Like you know what I mean? Fish in a barrel. I sometimes back him with a fish. I feed him spam. All that jazz.
I mean, he must be happy that his daughter is protected by you, though, right?
Yeah, I think that's definitely part of it for sure.
Yeah, like I would think that if my daughter was dating an MMA fighter, I'd be kind of happy that like at least no one's gonna fuck with her.
He'll be real happy when you open up the gym and have a job.
You take care of her, won't you?
Is that how he sounds?
Yeah, hell yeah. You never heard him before? Jesus Christ.
Hey, my son did want me. He asked me personally to ask Mayhem if he was serious or not on Ariel Helwani's show. He goes, he said, "I can't figure it out, and I've watched it 10 times. And I said, "I think that was the point, but I'm not positive, or whatever." But yeah, he said, he didn't know if he was being serious.
When I did method acting, when I was Patrick Murphy for about 6 months straight, yeah. I was serious, bro. I was like Daniel Day fucking Lewis. I just couldn't get out of that character, bro. I was just
he had one line in the movie. He had one line, and then he went around for 2 years as this character.
Pension for exaggeration, don't you?
All right. I had one line in Public Enemies because that's all that Michael Mann thought I could handle. He didn't want to push. He didn't want to push the possibility of the.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. Now, Sean, did your kids ever wear you out or no?
Yeah, man. I was actually fortunate enough. I sold my business when they were 5 and 2, so I actually was not a stay-at-home dad, but I was able to spend. I went from never being able to see them from working all the time to being at home all the time and having plenty of energy and stuff to do. But unfortunately, their mom went nuts 4 years later, and then we got divorced or whatever. It's tough, man. When you go from having nothing to just being able to go on vacations 15 times a year and having a big mansion down the street from your parents' house and being a stay-at-home mom, having never worked. I don't know how she did it for so many years.
The hero.
But she just got to a point where she said, "I just can't live like this anymore." And I was like, is it the having a bunch of money that is wearing on you, or driving the brand new Escalade, or is it the going to Atlantis, Las Vegas, and Disney World back to back to back in 3 weeks, or is it the never having any stress? What's really getting to you? So,
Jason, when he was in divorce court, he had her lawyer read that he has a huge cock in like the text.
and dude, and that
I did a whole trial where one of the centerpieces of the whole trial was a big picture of my cock, and I was like, wow. I was like, I guess we get to show off how big my dick is to the entire jury pool. All the women were like, not guilty. Look at that.
Wait, hold on. Wait, I gotta hear.
That explains why Bruce Buffer and Dominic Cruz came every day to support Mayhem on Saturday.
All right.
They had a candlelight vigil for me every day.
We have to compare cock trial stories.
Okay.
Jason, why did you have people talk about your cock on trial?
Dude, my ex-girlfriend did a troll thing right on Twitter where she put my cock as her profile picture and was arguing, chasing girls off of my Twitter. This is back when Twitter was more like Instagram, where girls would get at you on there. She put my cock and said it was tiny, and then girls were like, well, she's the only one saying it's tiny.
Wait, this was your actual profile pic?
Uh-huh.
You put your dick on it.
Yeah. She was harassing me, and then got it twisted where the news said I was harassing her, but she was harassing me the whole time. It was
and then when you went on trial, your lawyer said that she put your dick as her profile pic?
No, it was wait, it was up on there, yeah.
And then they had a big thing about your dick. It was a huge thing. They blew it up.
PowerPoint presentation.
It was almost life size, yeah.
All right. And did you admit it was your dick on trial?
I mean, you could tell.
Please tell me they had a police sketch artist draw also at some point.
Yeah. The sketch artist in the courtroom, she was very generous.
And then Sean, what was your dick story on trial?
Mine was not nearly as exciting, but no, we were ordered by the judge to have zero contact with each other whatsoever. That wasn't in email, back and forth, so judges don't like screenshots of text. They want email. So to them, it's more legitimate. You can't fake an email, right? Because who could ever fake an email? But, so we're going back and forth, and this is when we're first splitting up, and she was always being hateful in text, and we were told to be civil. And she says to me one time, I told her, you think because you this or that. And she said, you think just because you have a huge dick, you're going to have any girl you want. That's not the way it works out. So when we go to court, my lawyer said, has she been breaking the rules, not being civil? I said, all the time. He said, print out. My lawyer trusted me a lot because he knew I was fairly bright. He said, print out 10 pages of just hateful things she's saying, highlight the hateful things and write her name above it where she says it. I'm going to have her read them out loud in court. You know what I mean? Because she says she's not being hateful. So I'm going to have her read out loud in court. So I handed my lawyer, he doesn't preview anything. He just walks up to the stand, and I put the one on top that said that. So he said, now, who is this email from, Mrs. McCorkle or whatever? And she said, it looks like it's from me to him on what date, all that. He says, and who is talking in this, first exchange? She said, I am. And what did you say? And she's like, I don't feel comfortable reading this. And he looks at the judge, and the judge says, you have to read it if it's your words. And she says, just because you have a huge dick, you think you can have any girl you want. And my lawyer turns and looks at me and gave me a look like, dude, really? That's the... And it was the best because her boyfriend was there and her mom and dad and everything. So legally, according to an expert opinion, the state of Indiana, now it's on record, I have a huge dick. So
nice.
There you go. I mean, I still think both of you guys are aware of your time. I mean, Mayhem was doing shit that I've never seen. I remember him and Ellis were doing a guy dressed up as a taco versus a guy dressed up as a pizza. They were doing shock collar fights where they had special needs people shocking people as they fought each other. But the people had blindfolds on. McCorkle had sanctioned pillow fights. He had to go to Indiana and say the pillow fights weren't fixed. And then at the event, wrote a list of every girl he's fucked that was in the audience. So
it didn't go exactly like that. I do have a video I can send you though, where I got up to thank everybody I was relaunching Legends of Fighting. It was my brother's promotion. It was the biggest one in Indianapolis for years. Then the government came in, started regulating, made everything a nightmare. So I was relaunching it, and I came out there and I said, I want to thank everybody for coming out, like 1,000 people. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Tonight I don't fight anymore, but I want to promote the most exciting fights, blah, blah, blah. And I said, oh, and the Indiana Commission's here. This is one of the first or second fights in Indiana had ever sanctioned. I said, I just wanted to let all the commissioners know that when I fought in UFC, when they came here, that I was on steroids the entire time. And I beat your guys' test, and I'm on steroids now, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like I just said it, thinking the crowd would laugh, right? And instead the commission just stares at me blankly, and the crowd stares at me blankly. And then they weren't as friendly, the commission, afterward. I just thought it would be.
I've seen Mayhem go, hey, can I? First of all, Jason had just gotten out of like jail or something, and he was not in a great state of mind. And there's a drag queen named Mayhem Miller. Named a big black Mayhem drag queen named Mayhem Miller. So I thought that was Jason being funny. Like, okay, this is me. So I booked the wrong Mayhem Miller. And then Jason shows up. And he shows up wearing a feathered boa. He had just been stabbed 6 times, like bloody. So I remember Jason, though, one time when we got in an argument, I was thinking, you said to me, go back to your dumb life with your stupid cats. I was thinking about that.
Yeah. Oh, you're a cat lady?
Yeah, I'm a cat lady. Speaking of which, what do you guys think of changing topic? What do you guys think of Kamala Harris's pick for vice president? Don.
What a piece of shit. What a fucking piece of shit. You know, it goes along with everything the Democrats fucking kneel for, you know. It's just a backstabbing little weasel, you know, a lying fucking turd.
But what do you really think about him, though?
I think he's great. Got a great pick. He epitomizes the Democratic Party, that's for sure.
I think both of them should have went inward. Like I think Trump should have picked Tulsi Gabbard. Should have been perfect. Military. Yep. She's in the center. She's beautiful. She's like right on the. And then I think, but instead, the one guy goes. She goes way to the left, and he goes to the right. So this guy, I don't know, Jason, if you're following politics about this guy, but
USA.
But he served. I guess he said he was in the army, and he was in for 20 years.
Marine.
No, not JD Vance.
Which guy?
Walls. And then he he said he's a Marine.
Sorry.
Yeah, and then he finally got called up for war, and instead he runs for Congress. But so that's one thing that they're like mad about him. They're saying he has,
in fairness, good call.
Right?
What?
I don't know. The guy was in the army, right?
He was in the Army Reserves.
Reserve.
Okay. But I mean, we can't
when he got called up.
And JD Vance was in a tent in Bagram, like writing press releases. You know what I mean?
No, he was a Marine. No, he was a legit Marine. Vance was a legit.
Yeah, but he wasn't like in the shit. He was like a dude who wrote fucking reports. You know what I mean?
Really? Is that what happened?
Yeah, but he was in the combat zone.
He's a super guy going to Yale. Like, what the fuck? Like, how are we trying to paint this guy as like a salt of the earth, like cornbread eating country boy when he ain't? That motherfucker is more white collar than any of us. Oh my God. That dude kind of pissed me off because he wrote that book, Hillbilly Elegy, just shit on all my people, bro. Like, I'm from Appalachia. Like, what the fuck? Like, he just shit on all my people, basically, talking shit about his own family. I don't know. That kind of pissed. I read that book, bro. It kind of pissed me off. And a lot of people from Appalachia don't like Vance because they said he kind of but we're talking about Walls right now. Because so he also they're mad at him for putting tampons in the men's urinals in high school. Yeah.
Tampon Tim.
He was.
Why would you
tampon Tim?
What the hell? Plug your asshole.
For trans people. I mean, like, what are we doing here? I mean, what are we doing here?
Yeah, bro, it's a weird time.
Cultivating a society of insanity.
I mean, I can see if it was for the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, those guys need some tampons, but and then
this one guy like was a football coach and whatnot. It's kind of a choice to be like all-American white dude. You know what I mean? For her to get some more votes, right? Like that's the strategy, is to get an all-American white dude that doesn't seem, he seems like he could be a Republican with just a few tweaks in his personality.
He's super to the left. Like he was for.
Oh, I know. They're like a communist or whatever. I don't know, bro. I don't know enough about this. I just play politics like a sport. I think this shit is hilarious. I think.
Sean, what are your thoughts about this guy?
He went to China on his honeymoon.
Sean, what are your thoughts?
He went to China on his honeymoon.
That's true. He did.
Did he really?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Oh, I think he made that up.
You went to China and what?
For his honeymoon.
Thick. Hell yeah. I hope he got some tax dollars over there.
Sean, what are your thoughts about Walz?
I was surprised, man. Honestly, it's weird that you've got two veterans like for both vice presidents, and Trump's the only one that's been shot at. Like, really, if you think about it, like he's the only one that's taken a bullet at any point. They said that she didn't choose the other guy because he was Jewish, but she's married to a Jewish guy, right? Like, isn't she in Kamala, which is weird. It cracks me up. Like, I want to be the most powerful person on earth. Well, you certainly don't want a Jew on your team, then. Right. You know what I mean, or whatever. Like, it's
going with this.
No, I'm just saying. Like, it's like I don't understand. Like, it's like I don't know. I wish he would have chosen RFK Jr. because that might be the only person that they don't want more than Trump or close to more than Trump. So like it's less. It's kind of like if Trump had picked someone crazier than he can be as his vice president, it's less a chance of him getting killed. You know what I mean?
Right. So, well, what do you think about RFK killing a bear? I guess his friend ran over a bear. Which, by the way, how do you run over a bear? I mean, what are you driving, like a tractor? And then
baby bear. Okay, I know all about this for some reason. It was a baby bear. This guy was so busy that afternoon that he forgot about the bear stinking in his car and then dragged it to Central Park. That guy is more shot out than his voice. Bro. That voice.
No, he did it as a prank. You don't think he did it as a prank?
Bro, the guy is out there, dog. Like, I can't believe this guy is even. I deserve more in the conversation for president than that.
Wait, so RFK killed a bear and put it in his car?
I don't know. He was driving with his friend, or his friend was driving and ran over a baby bear. Which, I mean, in upstate New York, and then
still 700 pounds, right?
And then you're allowed to eat the bear if you kill it by accident. I guess there's a law. Yeah, you could eat the bear.
Strategy. He was thinking, I'm going to skin this bear and eat it later. Never mind that he already had brain worms before, okay? Now he's going to risk it again and eat a fucking baby bear. This guy is shot out, bro. I can't believe anybody take that guy seriously. Seriously. I can't believe if I talked on the podcast like this, you never. And then everybody just cuts him a pass because his last name is Kennedy. Get the fuck out of here.
Don, didn't they try to have you fight a bear?
No.
No, it was a gay dude with a furry chest. That was the bear he's going to fight.
By the way, Don, how much gay fan mail did you get back in the day?
When I first started in '96, I got a lot of that shit. I mean, I couldn't figure it out at first. I had some guy in the military just sends a photo of himself. This is me with the chopper I fly, over into here, blah, blah, blah. And, you have dogs or you ride horses. I remember when I was a kid, I would ride my horse with my dog, Fluffy, a German Shepherd, and through the mountains. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
I just want to know what the segue was to. Can I suck your dick? Because that's what that's what it always ended up with me. Like it would be like they would be talking to me, like like, hey man, big fan. I'd be like, okay, cool. Hey, have you ever thought about trying something different? And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, what do you mean? Like my personality, my character, my what? I don't know. Just like maybe letting a guy blow you. And I'm like, no, I have never thought about that. And they'd be like, I'm really good at it. And I'd be like, well, I sure hope you would be. If you're a man, I would assume you would know how to suck a dick. Like, I don't know. Like,
Bill,
like
didn't Kevin Spacey always hit on you?
Kevin Spacey hit on any person that was around him at every time. He grabbed my ass at a party at Sundance. Yeah.
Oh my
It was so weird. And then after I fucked up, I felt so.
Oh my God.
Wait, so so Kevin grabbed your ass and what happened?
I mean, I just like looked. I didn't know who it was, and I turned and I saw Kevin Spacey. He was like, he had that, that like weird dead face he has. He just kind of looked at me with his sociopathic eyes and walked away. Like, what am I going to do? Attack Kevin Spacey? I was too busy coming.
Right.
dude, Bobby Lee would always try to grab your cock any fucking time. Like, and it was like this little guy, and you're like, you can't even. And finally, one time we were at a comedy club, and he's like, "Hey, can I go up before you? I promise I'll stop trying to grab your cock." And I was like, "Okay, I'll let you."
That's not a bad deal. That's a fair offer.
Good deal.
Hey, Bobby Lee,
paid off with that one.
Yeah, Bobby Lee trying to pull that shit on me. Hey, you think? Oh, what? Did I whoop his ass? No, I turned him around like one of my Asian girls and jacked him up and started humping him. Like in front of everybody, trying to play gay chick with me. I played gay horse with him.
How many, man, did you get, how many emails, Mal, when you were on Bully Beatdown, how many gay guys hit on you?
Dude, you know what? Not many. None. Like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I had a girl who like filtered all that out for me. Like she would only bring me the hot chicks. Like I didn't really ever see that. So yeah, I wasn't in, I don't know. The only thing close to this that like, I mean, I'm kind of jealous of Don Frye because Don Frye got like a romantic letter. Like all I've got dudes walking up to me in Vegas and go, "Let me suck your dick." Like that's it. That's the closest I've got to a romantic encounter with the man. It's like, damn. Like at least I put a little fucking work into it. This guy just straight up. Now I know how women feel. That's terrible.
Yeah, no. Don, did you go to the White Dudes for Harris meeting?
Oh yeah. I was the first one there. Man. Are you kidding me? Shit.
He organized it.
I mean, that's the thing. What are we going to get past? Like white dudes, black dudes? Like, look, can we just be like, I like this person? Like the whole white dudes. I mean, first of all, that was what they settled on. What do you think the first one was? Like,
Mama.
Like,
Brother for Kamala, dude.
What Caucasians for Kamala or honkies for Harris or cucks for Kamala? I mean, what do you think of the other ones were? Jason?
I imagine Don probably came up with Cowboys and Indians for his, but I don't know.
That was good, Sean. That was a good one.
You're welcome.
All right, now, did you guys watch the fights last week? Anyone watch the fights?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Maybe. Who was
Umar Nurmagomedov fought Corey Sandhagen. I feel bad for Corey because Corey's one of those dudes, like almost like a John Fitch, where he's like he's so good, but he's just not good enough to be the number one guy. But he's right there. Sandhagen's right there. Jason, you agree?
Yeah. Look, that fight was a weird one. Yeah, because that Nurmagomedov, he just has like the skills to like adapt to the fight, and Sandhagen is like really strong for the weight class. He's like one of those guys that should have like lifted weights and got bigger and went a weight class up, sort of, because he couldn't deal with the speed. He couldn't deal with the output that Umar, is that his first name? Umar Nurmagomedov? Yeah, his output was so high that even though it was a very close fight, you give the edge to Umar, and like the end of the rounds would be him in a less dominant position. Yeah, you're right. Sandhagen is in that weird spot where he's really great and might be better served going up a weight and like getting bigger. I don't know. Because he's not that fast for that weight class. The speed is really a big factor. And I know it's just, 10 pounds, but the fact that this guy was like putting numbers up, and the judges look at that, okay, he chipped away at him the whole time.
By the way, Sean lost 50 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Somewhere in that area.
What's up, people? Listen, Major League Baseball is right now, and I've had some of my best memories. Me and my dad going to games. I actually caught a couple balls a couple times. I had a blast. I take my daughter to the game, my wife. We have a great time. And check it out. Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball, which means getting tickets, you can get them faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer it gets to the first pitch. It goes down, not up. Now, with killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, okay, which is great. That way you don't get there and all of a sudden you can't see anything. And their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets. So you gotta check out this Game Time app. It is so easy, okay, to navigate, download. I go to all my sporting events. I went to a Sparks game, the one that I took Mayhem and them to. All right, we had a great time. It was like $14 each. It was cheaper than movie tickets. All right, so you got to check it out. They got last minute deals. You could save up to 60% buying off last minutes for sports, concerts, comedy, theater. You get flash deals. All right, which means that you could save even more with exclusive in-app deals on select seats ahead of the game or the event. They have all-in pricing and they have ticket coverage. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry, and they have lowest price guarantee, which means if it's not the lowest price, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. So take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. So download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code CLNS for $20 off first purchase. That's right. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem the code CLNS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guarantee. Trust me, you will thank me later.
Nice.
Was it Ozempic?
Cocaine.
You guys cut completely out.
Adderall? Cocaine.
They want to know how you're doing it.
Oh no, just I know how to eat. Like I know with the UFC diet I did. I know the right stuff to eat. That's what's a shame about letting myself get out of shape. Like it isn't like I'm one of these people that just doesn't know what to do. I know exactly what to do. It's just making yourself do it. So I've found if I can get past day 5 of like the carb cravings or sugar cravings or whatever, that I'm good. Then I can do it for months. It's just that initial day 3, 4, 5 when you've just been eating chicken and broccoli, dude. You start thinking. And the weight hasn't come off at all. And you're like, dude, this isn't going to work. It's going to take forever. But no, man, I just decided, I had a moment of clarity. It's like, I really should just get back in shape. So started doing that. I had, I was going to say the Corey Sandhagen thing. I hope they don't put him in a position where he becomes a gatekeeper, even though he's almost at the, like title contender level. Because the only worse position than that is like what I was, which was the guy that the gatekeeper beats up to stay the gatekeeper. Like that's what they turned me into. Like, so I couldn't even be the heavyweight gatekeeper. I was the guy they put in with the heavyweight gatekeeper to keep him winning every now and then. So,
Jason, your first UFC fight was against GSP, right?
Yeah.
Did your guys? Did your manager think that was a good idea? Like, did they offer you other guys? Like, why would you pick
manager? At that time, manager. I just got out of jail, like 3 days. You know what I mean? Then 3 days after I got out of jail, they offered me that fight. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll do it. Like I don't know. I was like he talks about being the gatekeeper kind of guy. I was like the journeyman kind of guy who will fight anybody, even your toughest dude, on a week's notice, no problem. Did you
ever train with guys who train with GSP who told you how to beat them?
No, hell no. What are you talking about? I had like one like bootleg videotape of him fighting in Canada against a much smaller opponent. Fuck, you're acting like I had like at that era. That fight propelled me into a place where people started caring about me. But before that, dude, it was like, bro, I was like in the streets, dog. Like I was like in them streets trying to make it as a prize fighter.
What were you in jail? What were you in jail for before GSP?
I knocked the dude out at a boxing fight, but I wasn't in the ring.
So he was coming off a win anyway. So
yeah, I was coming off a win, so that but I was wilding out in the streets when I was young. And
what surprised you about GSP? Like when you fought him, what was the thing that most surprised you about fighting with them? Was there something like, oh shit?
Just the speed with they his reaction times, because I could like trick people with a lot of my moves, but he would just not fall for it. He wouldn't bite on my feints, and he just knew how to cover the grappling area. And it was like difficult too, because the weight cut, I had to make that weight. And like, that was a very big challenge. It's one of the biggest challenges of my life is making 170, because I never wrestled at 170. I never, you know what I mean? Did any kind of grappling at 170. I just never made that weight until that time. I was like, I had to cut off a fucking leg to make the weight. It was really, really difficult. So by the time I got in there, I was like, all right, let's see how much juice I got left in the tank. And it was hard.
So Don, everyone talks about the Yakuza, right? Which I don't know if you know this, Bill. That was like the Japanese mob, and that they ran Pride. Is that true?
Yeah.
You like to elaborate on it? Was it like seven guys wearing sunglasses in the corner, and they were like, "That's the Yakuza"? Was it like in the movies?
No, they all have nice suits on, missing a finger or two, because you fuck up, you got to cut off the tip of your finger, so there's a couple. They were missing a couple of digits, and there's guys, when you're doing pro wrestling, there's people you can throw water on or make fun of or something like that, and those guys you don't.
Did they come up to you and say you better put on a good show, or did they ever try to? No, they were polite. They're professional. They're professional gangsters. They're not fucking street thug. Shit. They're professional gangsters. They got $3,000, $5,000 suits. They're just like I said, they're professionals. Yeah. Now
I'll tell you what they will do in Japan is not pay you half your money if they don't like your fight, and then tell you that's the breaks, or whatever. I got poked in my eye. I took a fight on 30 hours notice in Japan. Literally 30 hours after the call, I was walking into the ring, all the way over in Tokyo.
Wow.
And I got poked in the eye, and then two-time Olympic gold medalist in judo had me in a Kimura. I'm gonna tap, dude. I can't see out of my eye already.
That's your friend, man. That was your friend. What was his name?
Oh gosh, it's can't believe I can't remember his name. Who is it?
Yoshida?
No, he's younger than that. He fought Fedor for one of his first fights.
The big judo guy. He was in the PSI.
Ishii. Yeah.
Yeah, Satoshi Ishii, yeah. So yeah, he didn't mean to, but he poked me in the eye on the ground really bad. I thought I lost my eye. And so he ended up getting me in a Kimura. My shoulder's breaking, so I tapped because I thought I already lost my eye. I'm not getting surgery in Japan, you know what I mean, on my shoulder. So first time I ever tapped in a fight ever in my life on 30 hours notice, having not ate or drank anything because my agent, Monty Cox, told me do not eat or drink anything they give you over there, including bottled water, because they'll try to drug you, So I go in there, so he does that, and then afterward they short me $15,000 on my money, and I'm like, it's supposed to be $30,000. Like, oh, we'll send it later, and I was like, no, I want my money now. I want my $30,000 now. We'll say all of a sudden they don't speak English anymore. I got poked in the eye, and I couldn't see after the fight. I was completely blind in the left side, and I said, I need to see a doctor. Something's wrong with my eye, and they send a guy over. He looks at it and goes, that's okay. That was their doctor. No flashlight, no eye test, no nothing. You okay? And I was like, nah, dude. I said, I need to go to the hospital. I can't see. Nah, you're okay. And then gave me my money. And like I said, it was half. And then Bob Sapp told me, I cannot believe you fought without having your money first. You know what I mean? Without them paying you first. And I was like, dude, I was assured it was okay. Everything was on the up and up. Everything was, you know, and what am I going to do with the 30 grand while I fight? You know what I mean? Like, just put it in like my quarterman's pocket. Like, what am I supposed to, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, so I just assume after they paid me, they gave me half and said, oh, we'll send it later. Never saw it.
Now, did you try to, when you're fighting a guy like Ishii, who you obviously respected, did you try to talk shit to him during the stare down at all, or no?
No, he was so nice, man. It was, he looked terrified. There's only been a couple times in my life that the guy I was fighting looked terrified. That wasn't at some local little bullshit fight. And both times the dude beat my ass. Like it was, what's his name? The dude from, he's from New Zealand, but Palele.
Yeah.
The Palele dude, he was wanted about 305 with better steroids than I had when I fought him. So it was in Australia for his manager's promotion, all this different stuff. I heard him dry heaving in the locker room next to me. He was so scared, wouldn't look me in the eye, stare down, wouldn't look me in the eye in the ring. He just kept looking at the ground, wouldn't look at me, and not in a Fedor type way, in a terrified way. And I thought, dude, I'm going to destroy this dude. He's already beaten. And then 30 seconds in, he picks me up and slams me and then starts beating the shit out of me. And I started thinking, this must be how everyone else always felt when I was on top. Like, finally, someone's bigger and stronger than me beating the brakes off of him.
Now, Jason, when you fought CB Dalloway, you said he had a resting fart face, right? So that's why you wore a gas mask to the weigh-ins?
Yeah.
And Dana White was very upset about this?
Oh, yeah. You're like, I don't know. Dana White, like, has a weird thing. Like, he's racist against show business. Like, he doesn't want anything, like, weird and cool. Like, I can't believe
prop comics.
Huh?
He doesn't like prop comics.
That's what I'm saying. But it wasn't even a comedy. It was just like fun and exciting. And no matter what, it's like, I don't know. He just wants it to be very sterile.
Now, did CB Dalloway get upset when you wore a gas mask?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't even think he got the joke.
Don, did you ever try talking shit to somebody that didn't speak English?
No. Why would I? Waste of time now.
but your fight against Takayama, were you guys on good terms before that fight?
We never met. First time I met him was in the ring.
There was no weigh-ins or stare downs or anything?
No, there's no weigh-ins. Shit, no, unlimited weight. So why weigh in?
Did Frye have weigh-ins like that?
Japan is different, man. Japan is different.
That's crazy. I had no idea. Jason, you know that he didn't see him before that?
No, I didn't know that. That's pretty badass, actually. Fuck, that's awesome. Just skip the
crazy.
Just do it. That's fucking fun.
I mean, holy shit! You just walk right next to the guy you don't even know, you never seen before, and just start grabbing the back of his head and punching him.
Yeah,
dude. Try walking off a plane, getting on a subway, getting out of that, taking the taxi to a building, and walking in the cage 20 minutes later and fighting somebody after a 25-hour plane ride. That was interesting.
That was against Ishii?
Yeah, I still had Ambien in my system. Like, I didn't know where I was at, dude. I'm like looking around thinking, dude, what is going on? Am I fighting? Like, I didn't know where, like, literally didn't know where I was at. Like, it was, because Ambien makes you forget stuff. So, like, and then on the way back of a 26-hour flight, someone stole my Ambien, like, out of the thing. And I told the people around me, I said, someone stole my Ambien out of my bag. And then no one would, say anything. I said, I don't know how you guys sleep at night, which is a good joke if you think about it. But, someone stole my Ambien, so I just had a 26-hour flight with nothing to knock me out all the way back after getting my eye poked out.
But didn't your ex-wife go with you?
No, it was just the girl I was dating at the time. Yeah, it's because I was actually in Seattle to see her, and so when my agent calls me, he goes, well, that's good. That's 4 hours closer to Tokyo. Like when he called me with the fight or whatever, like he said, you want to fight in 30 hours in Japan? I said, I have to leave in 30 hours. He goes, no, you have to leave in 1 hour, but you got to fight in 30. And then they offered me 20 grand. I was like, dude, no, I'm good. Well, Rico Rodriguez said he'll do it. I said, let him go do it then. And then it got all the way up to $30,000. And I was like, I thought, dude, for 30 grand, you know what I mean? And it's not like I was fighting Alistair Overeem or somebody when he was, Ubering. So I was like, the worst that's going to happen is I'm going to get poked in my eye and my arm almost broken and not paid my money. So, so I went over there and, got beat. And then they shorted me my money, man. That was, what's so funny is I really thought I was going to like threaten them. Like, I'm not leaving this hotel until you guys pay me. And they're like, okay, like They don't care, you know what I mean, or whatever. And like, well, your ride leaves in 5 minutes. If not, you're on your own getting back, you know, or whatever. And
Rico Rodriguez was training with Russell Peters recently. They were rolling at jiu-jitsu. And Russell said he squeezed him so hard, Russell shit his pants. like during the roll.
He actually shit his pants?
He actually shit his pants. Yeah, that's how hard he squeezed. And then Rico was like, "What's that smell?" And Russell goes, "I shit my pants."
Well, if there's anybody you got to go 90% against to dominate, it's probably Russell Peters, I would guess, when you're Rico Rodriguez. So
Yeah.
you don't want him. You don't want to get hurt training.
Doing coaching comedians these days. Hell, like I don't know. I'm surprised about that. Rico Rodriguez gave me this fat ear right here. Son of a bitch. Yeah, we were supposed to be just grappling. He punched me in the fucking ear, the son of a bitch. Yeah. Well,
that's Rico.
Present from Rico. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Rico.
By the way, so back to the fights. Tony Ferguson has now lost, I think, 8 in a row.
Wow.
He lost to Michael Chiesa last week. And Sean, I know you didn't see it, and Don, maybe you didn't see it either. So he was like, are you going to retire? He took off one glove.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah,
I said, I'm half retired unless they want me to fight again.
So what is going on with Tony? Like, what? I don't know. I was just thankful that he didn't get the shit beat out of him before he got tapped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. By the way, so I wrote Nick Newell takes off one glove every time, to which Nick Newell texted me going, "That's hilarious, thank you," and then called me and goes, "That's so funny." And I go, "Bro, I named my my dog after you because I named my bunny after you because he has one testicle." And then Nick goes, "Yeah, you sucked the other one off."
I just want to know what Nick Newell must have done to the Yakuza for them to go so far. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
So obviously, Bill, you know Nick Newell. He has one arm, and he's a badass fighter, fucking badass fighter. But yeah,
he also killed Harrison Ford's wife one time. They got away with it.
What?
But the fugitive. Yeah. But what do we say about like Don? So I'm pretty sure the UFC is keeping him around because they don't want him to do bare knuckle boxing and really get hurt. Like,
no. What are you talking about? Like, they don't give a shit about him.
Somebody told me that worked with the UFC. I'm not going to say who.
Right.
When there was another fighter who was a legend that had lost like 7 or 8 or 9 that everyone loved, like a beloved psychotic fighter. They were like, they didn't want him to keep doing they didn't want him to do something else where he just gets obliterated. They were kind of keep him on the roster.
Yeah, and keep feeding him to young, better fighters and letting him get his brain damage in the UFC. Like, well, listen, we care about this guy. We're going to put you in with murderer after murderer every month. Like, I never understood. Like, I assumed you were talking about Diego Sanchez. Why not let Diego Sanchez and Tony Ferguson fight each other? That way, at least one of them wins. You know what I mean? Like, one of them wins, and one of them needs to. They both need to stop. But like, it's we could do that, or we could put you in with the next Dagestani guy who's going to absolutely murder you and embarrass you on TV and build his name off of you. So
I mean, Chiesa's not is getting up there too, though. So at least Chiesa. But yeah, you're right. Sometimes they do. Man, you're right. They should have like a legends fight, like Diego versus Tony would be perfect. Even Nick Diaz, they're putting him against Vicente Luque, who does anyone want to see that? Chris Weidman's fighting Eric Anders next. Eric Anders is like college football player, younger, has knockout power. You're just like, oh.
Yeah.
What?
What does he weigh? He played football.
Anders, I think he played for University of Alabama. I think he's Weidman, so what, 185?
I think Anders used to be huge, like linebacker. I think he was 235, 225 back in the day, I think, and then got down. So.
But you're right. I mean, there should be like, because who wouldn't want to watch two legendary fighters go off, even if they're both on 6-5 fight losing streaks or something?
You know what you do is you make it a 2-minute round with 2 minutes in between each round, you know, to give them an extra minute to get their win.
Oh, you know what?
I mean,
Frye. I forgot that Don Frye was part of the legendary Oxygen fight where you and Ken Shamrock in your later years were like sucking down oxygen and shit in between rounds. That's the way, bro.
That was a prime Ken Shamrock. That was a prime Frye.
Right, you're right. But I'm just saying, just suck down the oxygen tank in between rounds. I think that's what we need to start doing, bro. Give the guys a break.
That when Don fought the #1 kickboxer in the world, who was his name?
Jerome LeBanner.
Jerome LeBanner. He fought in kickboxing, and they asked him before his fight, Don, what's your strategy? And he goes, I never threw a kick before.
Remember that. That was awesome.
And then I go, Don, why did you take that fight? He goes, I was on a lot of painkillers.
Solid reason.
Made a lot of money.
They got to make a movie about Don's life.
Of course.
Come on, they're getting around to it. I think we're writing the script right here.
That would be the.
Who could play Don though? What person could possibly play Don?
Oh, I don't know. Zac Efron with a bunch of steroids.
Yeah, you know what?
Burt Reynolds in 1975. That's who I vote. We get Burt Reynolds to travel in time from 75.
Whoever it is, we got to masculine him up. There ain't no man in Hollywood masculine enough to play that role.
No, there's definitely not. So this week is the PFL fights. No, this week is the UFC fights. Are you guys excited about the UFC fights this week?
Woohoo! Oh, Jesus Christ!
All right, hold on. Let's see where the fights are. Can you guys see this?
Yeah, I can see one line. Oh, there we go.
So it's Marcin Tybura against Sergej Spivak.
Finally. Yeah, finally. That's what I was thinking.
Who the fuck are these guys?
I thought they were going to headline the Sphere. That's surprising to me.
No, Tybura's really good. His last fight was against Tai Tuivasa. He won by rear naked choke. He lost to Tom Aspinall, but so did everyone else. He beat Ivanov. He beat Romanov. He lost to Volkov. He beat Walt Harris.
He fought 5 people whose last name starts with Volv, like in a row. Like what is?
Also, Damon the Leech Jackson is taking on Cheap Mariscal. Yeah, I don't even know. Chelsea.
Who the fuck are these people?
Chelsea Chandler. Do you guys remember we had her on the podcast? That was the girl that got punched and then ran away.
Oh no,
Chelsea Handler.
Chelsea Chandler. She's from Stockton. Let me see if I can find the video. It was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. I like her a lot, and she made a whole. She actually was a really good sport about it. So, Jason, have you ever seen this before in a fight? Hold on. Let's see, where is it?
Has to keep overwhelming her and being first, and she'll fall behind.
There you go.
There's
the blue. Watch it.
There's the counter, and that's how DeMont slows things down. She hits you.
Have you ever seen her go run away like that?
Oh yeah, I seen after she stole a bag of cocaine from the guy.
I was going to say I've seen girls run away like that, but it's usually during some sort of domestic dispute with me, not in the cage.
All right, I didn't know what hour that. Great, now I got it.
That's a joke. Just kidding.
Okay, kidding. All right, so there's a couple good fights. Did you guys see Conor McGregor at Sturgis?
Yeah.
Wait, he cosplaying as Mayhem back when I was drinking all the time. Bro, he's dressed exactly like me with a fucking motorcycle vest on and shit.
Yeah. Did you see that, Don?
No.
So Conor McGregor went to Sturgis last week, and everyone's ripping him apart.
I noticed his head was shaved. I almost wonder if the UFC or whoever used for drug testing is wanting a hair sample now or something, like Britney Spears back in the day. It's an odd thing to shave your head out of nowhere like that. So
interesting.
How do you spell Sturgis?
STURGIS.
All right, so there was a girl dancing with him.
She was like working in front of a
person. Let's not hide the lead here. Can we say the M word on this podcast?
Oh, she was?
I mean,
she's a little person? She was?
Older than Conor McGregor. So that just lets you know how small.
All right, so Don, here's Conor. Here we go.
But that is a fucking little person. If I ever saw it. And look, to be honest, somebody rolled the camera and he noticed and he acted different because I think before he was into that. And before the camera was on, he was into it. Then when the camera came on, he was looking for the exit, bro. I've been to where Conor McGregor is right now. I've been there, baby. I've been there. And that bitch is in a whole different light.
Have you ever been with a little person, Jason?
Huh?
Have you ever had sex with a little person?
Man, I tried. I remember Bridget the Midget.
Yes.
Okay, I tried.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But the guy that brought me into town and like I rode in the limo with me, he had already banged her in Vegas and underwhelmed her, to say the least. So I got excommunicated. I think it saved me. I think it saved me because I don't know. You know, maybe it would have been fun because looking down, it would have looked like a sewer pipe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know. You can do some irreparable damage to your soul.
Dude, I had a little person recently on a cruise like come up to me and start like grabbing me, and I'm like, I had to get away, but I couldn't say anything. I'm like, this girl, like, what are you gonna do? Like, tell on somebody? Like,
down to a front headlock, and you drag her nose across the floor. Jesus Christ!
Don, you ever have a little person hit on you, Don?
No, never have.
Bill?
Have. I don't think I ever met a
No, but I
little person.
I'm curious about how that would operate.
You are
how everything fits.
Sean?
My problem is every girl compared to me is a little person. So it doesn't really matter. Like as big as me, everybody's a midget. But yeah, no, I do. My audio's cutting in and out. Did you say a really little guy named Cruz tried to sexually assault you? Is that what you said?
No, that's not what I said. But
okay.
Your audio.
That's what I heard. I don't know.
Did you guys watch the Andy Ruiz boxing match?
No,
I didn't even know they fought.
It was on the Terrence Crawford undercard.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Fat as ever?
It was fat as ever. It was a draw. But I've never seen a professional athlete other than Roy Nelson not take it. Actually, worse than Roy Nelson. Because Roy Nelson, you could actually tell, has trained. This guy looks like he got fatter. He won the belt against Anthony Joshua and then came in 25 pounds heavier. Like, I mean, you have nothing to do all day. Like, all you have to do is train. You're the champ of the world. Well, I guess maybe you have press and stuff. But man, oh man.
I thought you said I guess you have
about the Algerian boxer. Can we talk about that, or is that too cancelable?
We can talk about it. I mean, so the Algerian boxer. First, everyone says this is a trans. This is a trans. This is a trans. People are angry. Jake Paul. Everyone's thinking about it, right? Then it came out that it's someone. She was born with a vagina, but tested positive for having XY chromosomes last year in a gender test or 2 years ago. So she was born with some kind of some kind of dysphoria or disformation. I don't know what the word is, where basically she has everything but a vagina, but like a man. So now they're saying she has an unfair advantage, but because she produces testosterone. But
here's my thing. She has that. According to who? That's her story. Like it's like somebody was trying to argue with me on Facebook about that, and I said, so let me get this straight. It's one of the rarest things in the world to become an Olympic athlete. It's even rarer still to have that genetic condition. But two of the women who are two Olympic athletes happen to have that genetic condition. Like, dude, what are the odds of that? You know what I mean?
Well, the funny part is they had a picture.
Yeah, because it turns out that having extra testosterone really helps you fight. Well, what is shocking about that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, God came down from heaven and blessed this little Algerian girl with internal testicles so that she could whoop the shit out of some Italian girl. Like, that's just how
what she has? She has internal testicles?
I mean, look, I don't even know. I'm completely talking out of my ass right now because it's been so convoluted. Look, chances are in the liberal woke bastion that is Algeria, she's probably born. I'll tell you that much because they would have cut her fucking head off and she tried to tuck her dick between her legs and say,
But she tested positive for being a man?
No, like, bro, maybe she could pass as a man, but she definitely has the downstairs. Hell, her dad probably used it instead of the fucking goat. You know what I mean? Like she has
what? Use what? The penis?
No, the female downstairs that she's got, because she must have a look. There's only one way to investigate this, and I will be brave enough to go there.
Oh no!
Yeah. I'm gonna.
All right, you gotta get on here.
Yeah, I'm gonna show up. Hey, the same as the girls used to do me. Just show up at the fighter hotel, like, ooh, hey Algeria, come here, big boy.
So you would have sex with the Algerian boxer, Mayhem?
But I would smash that and let you smell my fingers.
Oh God!
But
Don,
he's just doing it for the greater good.
Don, what are your thoughts? Don, what are your
only one depraved enough to risk having sex with the Algerian boxer?
I don't think your girl would appreciate that, even though it's for the country.
Yeah, it's for America, bro. It's to settle this woke debate once and for all. Is she a woman? Hey, you know what? Hey, I said it once and I said it before. Look, if it turns me on, it's a woman. Because I don't think that turns you on, Jason. And John Cleese would like to have a word with you. All right, so now, Don, what are your thoughts about this Algerian boxer?
Well, stop all this bullshit, transvestite shit. They just need to come up with the levels of testosterone permitted,
Yeah.
And for the fighters, for the athletes. So you're a woman, you have no testosterone. If you have testosterone, then you're disqualified.
Wait a minute, though. But women do have testosterone in their body, naturally. Yeah. Like, it's not like they have zero. They just don't have as high as a man. So it's a weird place you're getting into.
Right.
Some women are naturally blessed with more testosterone.
Now, if you were born with a penis, then you got to be in the men's category.
This chick definitely had a vagina because Algeria would not let you be a tranny.
Yeah, but I know. But the proof that we have, though, is the picture of her when she was a kid. And that could be any Indian girl. Like, they're like...
No, dude, I look like her for sure.
I mean, yeah, but that could have. I mean, whose picture was that? Like, where did they even find that picture? Oh, okay.
My girlfriend. Yeah. Sure.
Republicans have to take it down a notch with the whole like, oh, she's a man, but liberals have to take it down a notch with like, she's so beautiful. Shut up! Don't try to convince me she's beautiful.
I know. I just tried to say that I would have sex. Look at me like you're gonna vomit. Like I was like, oh wow.
But why did she test positive for XY chromosome if she's a female?
I think that was like a thing with Russia did a test on her because she was beating everyone's ass and they were a little bit concerned.
She was 10-7. She wasn't even that good of a boxer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's not like everyone's acting like she's a man and world beater. And I was really fired up when I thought it was a man because I was like, bro, that is messed up. I heard Joe Rogan say that she was a man. And I was mad as hell because that's wrong. But then I look into it, and she's just like a chick with a lot of tests. Because
somebody had a funny joke. They're like, this is not the Italian girl that quit that ran, after she got hit. She's like, it's not the first time an Italian girl got hit by a guy. Like somebody had a pretty good joke about that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you're right, Jason. I was also like, let's stop and. Before we right away, because I wasn't sure either. But then none of it made any sense. Like, it still doesn't make any sense that there's a gender test and there's not a gender test. None of it.
I like Don's idea, not just for that, for the UFC, because it really is unfair to guys who have low testosterone. You know what I mean? Like to not be able to take testosterone replacement to a degree. So I say just put the cutoff level at 800. All during training camp, all whatever, if you're taking testosterone replacement, because and whether you mess your body up doing steroids or not, it doesn't, who cares? Like if they would just, because when Vitor Belfort was tested negative for steroids, he still had an 1800 level of testosterone. So he just had a really good chemist. So if you just say, okay, 1,000 for men is the limit at any point you test over, you're disqualified.
No, I tried setting Jason up with my testosterone doctor, but it was like right when he got out, like last time, and you climbed out the window when you saw the price.
Well, no, you want to set me up with this testosterone doctor, where it's like you wanted me to like sign a fucking car loan to like you know what I mean? Get reoccurring payments. And I was like, this is a scam.
Yeah, but then you were buying it off the street, you don't even know what, like, I mean, at least that would have been regulated.
Bro, listen, I'll take my chances with the street guy over some dude who wants my social security number. Like, what the fuck?
Like the devil came in. It was like
tax returns.
I called the doctor. I go, how was Jason's appointment? They're like, he climbed out the window like Spider-Man and escaped. Like,
look, bro, it's like a really jacked guy in gym clothes versus a really jacked guy in scrubs. Like, I was like, this guy doesn't want my social.
The doctor was like, you got to check out my podcast. And I almost laughed. I'm like, when my doctor says he has a podcast, I'm out.
Yeah, that's weird. And I said, bro, man, you look jacked. You're lifting, huh? And he's like, no. I was like, oh, okay. Like, jacking himself up with juice. Oh my goodness.
No, he can write his own prescriptions is what he can do, and I guarantee he's got HGH and peptides and got it all. So.
Dude, Mayhem is one of the funniest people because I'll be like, Jason, man, remember that time? I'll tell a story about a gorilla, and I'll be like, bro, you don't understand. One time, this gorilla was fucking this girl, and then I came and put him in a rear naked choke. Like, you have a story about everything.
Well, here's the thing, right? Is I'm kind of hyperactive, right? So a lot of things happen to me. So like for anything that happened, I have something that happened that was similar. I'm not trying to one up you all the time.
Oh no, because last time on the podcast, I told the story about the girl that had the asshole that fell out. Remember?
Oh yeah.
You said you had a similar asshole story that fell out.
Okay, yeah. In prison, there's a dude named Rusty that like his asshole fell straight out, right? And so it was somebody's cellmate. And look, every morning Rusty would like shred these, like a whole newspaper to wipe his sock hanging asshole. I didn't see it personally, but I heard secondhand that it was like horrific. And then if you like, my buddy ripped every morning he'd be sitting on the toilet shredding newspaper, waking up his cellmate. So the cellmate, he like just shredded up newspaper for him, pre-made. I was like, here you go. And he's like, you're making fun of me. You're making fun of me. And then he jumped out with his stock asshole and ran out the door.
I'll never be able to again.
I seriously very good story. So I'm sorry that I even told, but like,
that's a rusty trombone for sure.
Yeah.
Don, do you ever have a story? Don, did anyone ever rip up a newspaper asshole for you?
No. I'm enjoying this. That way it takes the heat off me for what my daughter does. So keep talking about the assholes.
Now, what does your other daughter do, Don?
She just graduated ASU, and so she can't get a real job, so she's a bartender, and she rides horses. She's a barrel racer.
Oh, wow. Nice. That's awesome. So back in the day, Jason, Don's job was to get the shoehorn off the horses by himself.
I'm pretty sure it's not a shoehorn. That's to put a shoe on.
What is it?
Yeah, what the hell are you talking about?
Shoe.
Wait, what did you do for the horses?
Don's job was to get the Jordans on the horse, and he had the shoehorn.
What was your job, Don, with the horses?
You trim up their feet. You smooth them out, flatten them out, give them at a proper angle, and then you nail the shoe on. And you clean it up, make it look good.
Were they cool with this, or did they try to kick you?
Some are, some aren't. Yeah, some would rather be anywhere else at the time.
So how many times did you get kicked by a horse?
A lot. I got kicked by a lot. Those are good horses. Hell, they slam you against the wall. They stomp you. They bite you. The worst thing is when they rake you across the eyes with their tail. That's the worst thing.
Wait, they raped you? You got raped?
So rake with a K.
Oh, I thought you got raped by a horse. Oh, that sounds like that's tough, man.
Wait, Mayhem has a story.
I would tell you.
Horse.
I would tell Mayhem Miller I got raped by a horse. This is the place to admit something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Rick Billing. Hey, so wait, what the hell? How did I get injected into a horse conversation?
By the way, they're saying that, by the way, there's a rumor going around that Walls, the vice president, or the guy running for under Kamala, drank horse semen. Have you heard this?
No.
Yeah, that he had to get a stomach pump for horse semen. That's on Twitter. I don't know if that's true.
Oh, that's silly.
Wait, is this revenge for JD Vance fucking
That's like, yeah.
like, where are we going with this?
It keeps going up. It keeps going up. All right. Finally on the podcast, we got to talk about Kevin Randleman because he was one of my favorite people ever. Kevin Randleman came on the podcast. Yeah. He got mad at me for not roasting him enough. Every day he'd be like, I'm not fucking roastable, asshole. So then I had a contest, whoever makes the best Kevin Randleman joke, and he was just getting killed. Like, so he calls me up and he's like, tap. He tapped into the phone. We became really good friends ever since. A week before he passed away, we actually made like a live stream and people were asking him questions. And somebody said to him like, hey, I think you banged my girlfriend back in Ohio. And he goes, I probably did, in the ass. And now his kid tells me, by the way, I watch that live stream at least once a week, which is kind of funny that his kid tells me that, so he did pro wrestling. Don, you ever do pro wrestling with him?
Not with him, no.
This Kevin Randleman, I am convinced, is the best athlete in the history of MMA. Yeah. Jason, do you ever train with Kevin Randleman?
Yeah, I trained with him a little bit. Yeah,
I've said that too.
What was that like, Jason?
Yeah, I said that too. I think he's the most athletic, best athlete to fight.
Yeah, beastly guy, like crazy explosive, very strange to like wrestle with somebody that strong.
So he was a two-time national. So he did pro wrestling. This guy was a two-time national champion. Would have won it a third time, but I think he went to jail his senior year. Something happened. But he did pro wrestling in Japan. And there was, according to Josh Barnett or Mark Coleman, who did this with him, he did no practicing, never practiced. Just showed up and did these moves.
Wow. What a monster. No practice, and man, that's what he's doing? Jeez.
Oh, suplex.
That actually looks like what Mayhem did to the guy that he fought on Bully Beatdown when you thought he was going to kind of take it easy on him because Mayhem's the hero and the host, and then he almost kills the guy. Like it was like, I was like, dude, did he just suplex that guy on his head on Bully Beatdown? Like, good Lord.
Good Lord.
I didn't even mean to. That's the best part.
Dude, that was like, yeah, finally Mayhem's going to do it. I was like, oh, this would be cool. I'm sure he'll go easy on the guy. And then there's a suplex on the dude's head. I was like, well, that wasn't nice.
Dude, Mayhem had a victory party. In Hollywood, I went to the victory party for his Bully Beatdown fights. I was like, come on, dude.
The guy works at Kinko's. Relax.
That was a rap party, you exaggerating son of a bitch.
It was a victory party for a Bully Beatdown. Don, did you ever train with Randleman?
No. He's a great guy. I mean, I only met him a couple of times. I was only around him a couple of times. He's a good guy. I went up to his and Coleman's room, and they're in Japan in a hotel room, and got off the elevator, and you could smell the pot, from the elevator, and then got there, the room was just smoke filled,
Oh my God. I remember Chuck Liddell telling me when Randleman fought Crow Cop the night before, they went up to Chuck and they go, what should we do tomorrow? Like they had no game plan. And he was like, all the way in or all the way out. Okay. And then when he fought Fedor before the fight, like an hour before, they asked him, how do you defend a heel hook?
That was straight wrestling. You know what was awesome is Kevin Randleman followed me on Twitter. And I hadn't followed him because I didn't follow anybody just because I thought it would be funny. Then Chael stole that from me, following nobody. But I had 50,000 followers and followed no one. And then Kevin Randleman followed me one day and I was like, dude, I cannot believe that Kevin Randleman even knows who I am. Like that blew my mind that he even knew who I was. I was like, I've never met him or anything. I was like, that's really cool. And then he died that week. And then I started thinking I'm like, dude, I'm hoping he is like suicide or something really bad happened. Because when you're to the point where you're following me on Twitter, your life probably isn't really going that well. You know what I mean?
I think it was a heart attack. I mean, he lived hard. He was sober. He had a new job at I think he was going to be some kind of conditioning coach for the San Diego Chargers. I mean, his wife is the best. Elizabeth Randleman. She was telling me there were a couple times he would go to Japan and not have a corner person, so he would just have the wife walk out with him, and she was so mad because she did not want to walk out to the ring with him. And one time before the fight, he asked Dan Henderson to borrow his mouthpiece.
He came prepared. You know what I was telling my girl about this the other day. You remember when Mike Perry started saying he was going to sell his corner spots? Yeah. He said, dude, why am I paying Mike? Because no offense, but when you have coaches and they travel with you, they expect you to pay their hotel, their flight, their food, their everything. And I'm like, dude, I already paid you to train me back there. But that's a really good idea, dude. I wonder if the UFC wouldn't allow it. I should have sold my corner spots, at least one or two. You get to sit front row at a UFC pay-per-view, you know what I mean? Or whatever, get to be backstage or whatever. But if they don't start paying better, man, guys really should consider that. That'd be awesome.
Well, some people that crazy guy from Detroit that does the Detroit, that black guy who's the Detroit defense, whatever. He has the worst technique ever. Yeah. I remember somebody had him in his corner. And then
I had Reggie Warren Jr. corner me because I thought he was more famous than he was. You know who that is?
Yeah, of course. I know he is.
I thought he was actually famous. So I paid his flight out there and then I realized that 700 MMA fans knew who he was and that was it. Everybody else who's the dude with the mullet? I thought he was famous. And then he went crazy on me on a Trump post on my Facebook page and I basically threatened to kill him. So we don't talk anymore. But I didn't even, it wasn't pro-Trump. I just said something they're going to kill Trump before the election. And he's like, he's a piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, I said something. And then he started getting real serious about it. So then I started literally outing him on how he allegedly beat up Tim Sylvia when they sparred. He told me, he goes, dude, when we sparred live, I beat the shit out of him when he was a heavyweight champ. And Reggie Warren Jr. is about 165 pounds. I said, you did? You beat him up sparring? Oh, yeah, dude, everybody. I tapped Hoist Gracie. This and that. He was telling me all this. And he was being serious. But the deal I made with him is he could come and I'd fly him out, but he had to wear his mullet wig the entire time he was there, even when he slept. And if it was off at any point, he wasn't cornering me. So they wanted to go to a strip club after my cornerman, after I got beat up or whatever. And I wasn't going anywhere. I was just embarrassed at the hotel. And my one buddy, other cornerman, was like, dude, I don't want him going with that wig. Can he take it off? I said, part of the deal, dude. He's got to wear the Reggie Warren Jr. wig. And he even asked me, dude, you care if I take this off? I said, if anyone sees you with it off, done. I'm not paying for your plane ticket. I'm not anything. It's not giving you the money. So it, yeah.
I mean, nobody beats Matt Harwich corning Mayhem and reading the Bible during the fight.
Well, praise Jesus, I didn't get hurt.
That was amazing. So, Don, what do you have coming up?
Oh shit! I've got an appearance. I gotta go to Vegas here on watch a buddy of mine in the World Jiu-Jitsu Championships.
Nice.
Little guy, young Colby Gonzalez. He is 14 years old and he's a multiple-time world champion. And he taps out adults. Wow. Guy's a badass.
That's crazy.
And then, Bill, what do you got coming up?
Just Laugh Factory this weekend and every Wednesday. That's pretty much it.
Sean, don't you have a new business?
Well, it's mainly going to be Mexicans working and me just collecting the money. But no, I used to flip houses and like most of the world works. I used to flip houses and I met a guy that came out and did my roof. I made my roofing company give me a new roof for free and with hail damage. And I got talking to him about how cheap he works and this and that. And he's like, what I really need is someone in broken English. I really need like an American partner who can get me jobs and who can manage this because I've only been here 4 years, but they do great work and everything. And I was like, I got just your guy. And it was me. So, I'm going to go partners with him on some stuff. And then I got a bunch of cortisone injections lined up for my back. Since the first 68 didn't work, the surgeons have decided we're going to try 69 through 74. Like, now on my back on cortisone injections. Cause
Nice.
I told them literally, dude, I've had 68 cortisone injections in the past 10 years, never had any luck with them at all. Well, that's the next step. And I'm like, so you won't do anything else for my back until I do more cortisone injections. Like, correct. Because they get 7,000 a shot, I think, from the insurance company. So I'll go in there and he'll make 30 grand that day, giving me shots. And then they'll go on to they make more on shots than they do surgeries. It's ridiculous, man.
Wow.
Jason, what do you got coming up?
I got to referee some pro wrestling somewhere. I don't know when this comes out. So by the time.
Tonight. It'll be out tonight.
It'll be out tonight. Yeah, Ohio. Akron, Ohio, baby. We're going.
Well, I hope you do a lot better. I hope Jason does a better job than most WWE refs because they are the worst, man. I don't know if you've ever seen wrestling. Those refs are incompetent.
But
those guys don't.
I'm planning on it. I am incompetent. That's why they hire me.
Aren't you also doing, Jason? Aren't you going to New Jersey for a signing or something?
Yeah, I'm doing a signing in September. So, yeah, September 8th, I'll do a signing there and maybe do some podcasts out there in New York while I'm over there. Yeah, things are coming together for Young Mayhem. It's so weird. The more that I'm like not drunk and fighting the cops, things for me for some
weird. Yeah.
Who knew?
It's weird.
Bill, didn't you have a ticket? I saw you post something that 2 cops pulled you over.
Yeah, I did a California stop through a stop sign, which is we all do, and 2 cop cars pulled me over.
Yeah,
and they were like, they 2 cop cars had to pull me over, and they like stationed outside and had their hand on their gun. It was fucked up. I'm like, I'm white, right?
Yeah, no, you're fucking Hollywood cabal of liberals, you son of a bitch.
Bill's like, I'm not a criminal, but I have played one on TV. Is that what this is about? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be at the House of
you guys
in Vancouver.
Go ahead.
Trip in Vancouver next week, and then Gutfeld on August 23rd, and possibly at the Democratic National Convention.
Nice.
Possibly.
What are you really? How are you going to go on Gutfeld and then the Democratic National Convention? That's not going to work.
No.
That's my boy.
No, Gutfeld after the DNC.
I don't think you're going to be on Gutfeld when they find out you went to the DNC.
No. They're doing live shows after the DNC on Gutfeld.
Oh, I thought you were actually speaking at the DNC or something.
Yeah.
Bro, I want to go to your LGBT party.
So anyway, you guys are the best. Have a great week. Love you guys.
Hey, man.